Okay, Operation Recovery. This is Japan 5. I know Germany hasn't gone yet. He's about to go, though. I want to get this done before the 49er game starts, so here I go. I started with 50 something 10, 20, 30, 40, 52. 16 and 16. 2 infantry artillery tank times 2. 2 infantry artillery tank. And then $20 for a factory and an airbase. All right. Thank you very much for moving into the Carolines. I'm going to take advantage of it, even though I'm probably going to lose most of my Air Force. So here's what I got for you. I have for you 2 subs, a carrier, 2 destroyers, 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, and 2 fighters. So therefore you have 2 1s, 3 2s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4s, and your battleships get to get a freaking roll of 2s on air defense. Damn cards. All right, my attack. So, take out a carrier and a destroyer. I'm attacking you with a carrier, battleship. Carrier just as, fodder. 2 destroyers, a cruiser, 2 submarines. Cruiser, 2 destroyers, 2 submarines. Oh, and you've got super transports. So this transport you have here in the sea zone defends at a 1. Now, this is what I got. I got a tank and an infantry coming from the Philippines, 1, 2. And we are going to, once I kill your fleet, land onto the Carolines. Another transport is going to go 1, 2. I'm going to take an artillery and an infantry from Palau, and I'm also landing them there on the Carolines. Bomber, or air transport from Japan, is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and land here in Palau, 8. Okay, that brings down 2 more. So I have 4 infantry and artillery and a tank that are reserved for the Carolines. All right, what else is coming into there? From Fukien, I have 4 TAC bombers. Those are 4s. They fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll land in Palau, along with 4 fighters from Fukien. Area 3. Two fighters from Japan. Fly 1, 2, 3, 4. Land in Palau. 2 attack bombers from Japan. Fly the same distance. Transport from the Philippines with the last remaining artillery goes 1, 2. And I take Malaya. All right. Infantry from Hong Kong goes and takes North Indochina. Mech infantry, artillery, tank are going to attack you in, what do you call this? Guangxi. The mech and the infantry come from, or the mech and the tank come from Hopei. The artillery comes from Kwaichao. And infantry from Sichuan takes Yunnan. too much defeat. Alright, so I'm not going to take North Indochina. That infantry from Hong Kong is going to go to Guangxi instead. So you still own North Indochina. So that's on Palau. Bomber from Hopei is going to join this attack here. So yeah, I will take North Indochina. Alright. Let's see here. Bomber has 4 left. 4. Fighters from this attack up there have 2 left. Now what am I doing? 2 infantry and a tank, and 2 tanks, 2 infantry, and an artillery move. So the 2 infantry and a tank move into Saka. The 2 infantry, artillery, and 2 tanks from Manchuria move into Amur. And I'll leave the dude in Dornogobi. And then, what am I doing? I'll leave that. I think that's it for the attacks. Okay. So, I'm going to assume that you're not going to waste any battleship or cruiser shots on the bomber flying into Carolines, because I've got 4 units that I'm bringing in here against your 2, even without the bomber bringing it in. So I would still have 2 infantry, artillery, and a tank going against your tank and artillery. So my guess is that you don't want to waste one of your battleships or cruisers on a AAA against that. However, you will use your AAA and your for your battleships and your cruisers against my aircraft. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 aircraft. You have 2 cruisers that shoot at a 1. And then your battleships, because they are boosted by the cards, shoot at 2s. So you have 9 shots at 2. 10, 11. All right, let's go be kind. Be kind. 3. 3 shots. Attack bomber, 1, 2, 3. So I take that off. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take attack. All right. Oh shit! I forgot the fighter in Shensi. That's the whole reason why I bought the carrier. I had a fighter here in Shensi I wanted to bring in. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. It's got 1 left. You don't get any more AAA because that's it. All right, here we go. I have 1, 2, 3, So I lose 2 fighters and attack. I still have 5 fighters and 5 tacks left. Two subs, 2 destroyers. 2 subs, 2 destroyers. Subs have to hit. You're not going to take your fighters yet. 2 subs, 2 destroyers. And then I have 5 6/3s. 6 3s and 6 4s. Four 2s, because this is just cannon fodder. 4 2s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 3s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 4s. Shitty roll. Well, I guess less than 50% on everything. So I've got 3, 4, 5 hits. Damn. 5 hits. So hit you 5 times. I'm assuming you're going to go with 2 subs. Your transport you can't take. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because if you take a hit on your carrier, it defends at a 1. So you would take 2 hits on your carrier, 2 subs, and a destroyer. So that's 5 hits right there. Okay? You have 2 1s, 3 1s with the transport, 2 2s, 1 more 2 with the carrier, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 4s. 2 3 4 5 6 7 4s. Knew you were gonna hit better than me. 3 4 5 6 hits. 1s and 2s didn't hit at all. 6 hits. So carrier goes bye-bye. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's take this off the board. Let's do it again. Yeah, you wouldn't take hits on your battleships. They would all drop down to 2s. They wouldn't know. Why would you do that? All right, go again. I've got 2 4 6 3s. 2 6 3s, and I've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 4s. All right, this is where the carnage happens, right? Much better. Why can't my 3s hit odds? Look, I'm 1 out of 6. 2, 4, 6, 7 hits. You're going to take your destroyer. So you've got 5 more hits. You probably would take 2. How would you do this? How would I do this to get max hits? So if you take these 2, that's 2, 4, 5. Well, you wouldn't lose all your battleships. No. You would lose a combination of this. You want the 4s, right? So here's 2 that are going to stay as 4. Let's go with 5 so I can't forget what I shot. I hit 2. All right, so I need to take 6 hits. So you would take 2, right? 3, 4, take that out, that would be a 6. So you have a 2 and 3 4s, or you would have 2 3s and 2 4s. I bet you would go with the 2 3s and 2 4s. That's what I'd do. You got better odds with 2 3s, 2 4s. That's 50%, whereas a 2 would be at, what's 1 out of 3. 4. I'd go 2 3s, 2 4s. That's you probably have better odds at hitting. We can start it from that point. We get on the round 3 when we're done with this. All right, you have a 1, gives you double your transport. You have a destroyer. You've got 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, and 2 fighters. Four hits. Two fighters, 2 techs. So I'm going to say this is gone. All right. So my last shot, I've got 4 3s and 4 4s. 4 3s, 4 4s. 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So they're all gone. So let's, for shits and giggles, let's see how you would roll better. You've got a 1. According to this, you got 2 3s and 2 4s. One hit. All right. We do it the other way. Would you have a 1, 1 2, 3 4s and a 2. 3 hits. Jesus. All right. I lose 3. I'll go with should go with 3 tacks. Tags. Wow, carnage. Three tacticals. So I clear the C zone. I've got a battleship and a cruiser sitting there. Now I land my guys. I have 3 infantry and an artillery. So infantry, artillery paired, 2 infantry unpaired, and a tank. Actually 4 infantry. So I get one more 1. Here's your 2 and your 3. 1. Lose it. Damn it. Just wiped out half the board. Lose an infantry of your tank left. So I've got 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3. 1 hit. Your tank. Missed. Alright. So I take Caroline's back with 3 infantry and artillery and a tank. Next battle is Guangxi. I've got a bomber at 2. I've got a mech infantry and an artillery and a tank. You have 3 infantry, Chinese. Hit 1. Here's your 3. 1. So I lose the mech. I got artillery tank. Do I want to do this? Yeah, artillery tank. 1. And you've got 2 infantry. Miss. Miss. I have no idea what that was. So you have 1 infantry left. I still have an artillery and a tank. So I've got a 2 and a 3. Hit. Your infantry. Missed. I take Guangxi with an artillery and a tank. Up north in Siberia, I've got 2 1s and a 3 versus your 2 2s. In Saka. Nothing. Nothing. Jesus. I lose 2 infantry. I'm backing off. My tank's gonna go back to Siberia. That's bogus. The tank missed 3 freaking times. In Amur, I've got 2 tanks. 1 supported infantry, so infantry, artillery, and an unsupported infantry. Going against your lone guy. Alright, I kill him. In Amur, your Russian hits. Putting up a valiant defense up there in Amur and Saka. So I take Amur with an infantry, artillery, and 2 tanks. Everything else is non-combat. All these 3 planes have 2 spaces to land. Sorry this is taking so long. All right. One of the planes lands in Palau. The destroyer from them and destroyer and carrier and come to the Carolines. I didn't think I was gonna have any fighters left there. All right, so this guy's going. I don't need to keep these around. transport that I've left in the Philippines goes 1, 2, picks up an infantry and a tank. 3, and I landed in non-combat Hong Kong. A bomber from Guangxi has 4 left. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to Kansu. Infantry from Sichuan goes to Kansu. Infantry from Shanghai goes to Kansu. Infantry from Xinjiang moves into the pass. You can see that. 2 tanks from Shanxi go 1, 2 into Tunguska. AAA from Manchuria. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll just move them to a more. I'll take them as casualties when you attack. Last but not least, these 2 infantry from Hopei rail 1, 2 to Hong Kong. Actually, instead of moving the destroyer from the Philippines to the Carolines, I'm going to put him here in P-48. Okay. Placement. I'm going to put the air base in Palau. Yeah. Factory goes into Hong Kong. That guy's gone. Got no planes left. Yeah, 2 infantry, artillery and tank go into Hopei. 2 infantry, artillery and a tank go into Manchuria. And that's it. That is it. Man, I rolled like crap in that. Jesus. All right, money. So because I took Caroline's back, I'm whole again. So that brings me to 29, right? 29. I've got 2, 3 in Russia. So there's 3. Don't have that anymore. 4 with Tunguska. I've got China, all of China, plus this extra one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 13 is 17. 18, 19, 20. 21 with North Indochina. 21. 23 with the Philippines. It's 23. So 29 plus 23, 32, 42, 52, right? 52. And I get a 52. I get a $10 bonus. Oh, I forgot Malaya. That's another 2. 54. Let's count this up again. 29. let's go 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 plus 13, 46, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. That's what I got, 54. Plus $10 for controlling China. Doha, Calcutta. Guam, Midway, Wake, Gilbert, Solomon. Nope. Nope. Java, Sumatra, Celebes. Nope. Alright, that's it. So I have, it should be 64. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 64. And Japan is done. Sorry it took so long.